Hi folks, it's Andy and welcome to this episode of Kendo Video Feedback. Okay, in these videos, basically what I do is I take videos of your Kendo that you wonderful people have sent across to me, and we look through them and I give you some feedback, basically some tips and advice on things. Now, a couple of things before we start. What I'm going to do going forward, because I do get a lot of these sent through, we're actually going to do a couple of videos in one episode, all right? So we're probably going to look at 2 videos today. So that's that. And also, look, I don't want any of that rubbish in the comments. I say this every time I do these videos. Anybody giving sort of negative comments or anything like that towards the people that have been brave enough to send in the videos, don't even bother. I'll just delete them. If you think you can do better, send me a video and I'll be the judge of that, okay? So that's that. If you like this sort of video or the other sort of free content that we put out, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, shop at KendoStar.com. That's my Kendo equipment website. Of course, it's the best one in the galaxy, and certainly I would say that, right? But if you check out our Trustpilot reviews, check out everything, basically check out, if you ask people, I'm pretty sure everybody's using KendoStar now, right? So get to KendoStar.com. Okay, so let's jump into these videos. Okay, so here we are. This is the first one. This is from a 4th Dan exam that was done in the UK, in Glasgow in Scotland. It's a bit of a special one. You'll probably see, actually, I'm actually sat there. I'm actually sat here. So I am part of the grading panel on this one. So it's a bit of an unusual one. I do hope that this will still be a useful video for us to learn from. Basically, the candidate is here. We're only going to be looking at their Kendo. We're not going to be looking at any of the other candidates' Kendo. What I will say is I do know the result of this grading was that it was a failure for this candidate, but I'll also say that I actually passed this candidate. The candidate's aware that I passed them, so I thought this was a good grading, so I'm going to start with that from the offset, but I do believe it was a very close result, with the panel being quite split on it. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to try and highlight some of the points that perhaps some of the other other panelists thought this was a failure for. All right, so let's have a look. Okay. So this is all fine. Neho's all fine. This is for 4th Dan. Okay, so straight into Keiko. No kiddie kaisha or anything. Right, so the first thing I'm going to say is what I would prefer, as I've said this a lot of times before on these things, is I don't like you to use Ayumi Ashi after striking, especially men. Now, I understand that that there was like an injury going on here, but still, you know, we weren't made aware of that for a start, but still, I'd still rather see you try to do the Okuri Ashi, all right? I'd say your Kensen's a bit high, which is sort of resulting in a slight lack of semi. But this is good. You're starting to go. And here's what I really liked. And here's why I passed you. All right. Here's what I really like is we're starting to apply semi and pressure with the right foot. This semi ashi, okay, is starting to give that pressure here. And it's starting to get a reaction. I like it. But what I'd like to see, though, is a bit of a bolder kamae as you do it. All right. So a bit more pressure towards the tsuba with your kensen as you do it. Okay. All right, and what happened there is your degote was well set up, but you see how you've had to make this huge swing here? It's a good kote, all right? It's a good kote, it's just a tad late, all right? It'd be nicer if it was just that split second sooner. So if you'd caught him, if you'd caught that degote here, is where you really want to catch it. So, yeah. But good proactive engagement. I like it a lot. starting to move with that right foot first. This is excellent. This is excellent. Okay, nice. It's hard for me to criticize this too much. Obviously, like I say, I did put a circle on this for you. I did pass you on this. Here though, there is, although you're creeping forward your right foot, you are lacking tame a little bit. Now what tame is just that preparedness to strike instantly. It's not some like super like esoteric like energy like the force or something like that, but you're just not quite ready to go when the time comes. So what happens is, although you put that pressure on, you've actually had to bring the sword back quite far so that you can strike. Now luckily so is your opponent. So you know, you're not necessarily receiving the strike earlier, but actually as we step along you'll see that you actually do receive the strike here. So this is from, like I said, this is from a lack of tame as much as anything else. So what I'm trying to say is you need to really build up that power in your left leg as you push the right one out. It's not just pushing the right one out. The right one goes out and then you have to be able to explode, bam, with that Dabanamin. All right, otherwise this is what happens. All right, and there's a little bit of, it's a little bit flat as well, right? So like the rhythm of your strikes is like, man, yeah, man. If we watch that again, watch, man, this sort of thing. It's like, man, turn around, dancing, next one, this way, yeah, is what I want to see more of. Okay. But you know, here's the thing. For me, it's still a pass at Yondan, because I can see you are starting now. This is a fantastic degote here. You get that nice seme here. Seme there. That's good. This is it. And your feet has, you know, you do have the tame here because you're able to go straight away. All right. Now the only thing I don't like about it is, then after it's like kote like this, and it wants to be more like come on, sa bam kote. Next one, yeah. So a little bit more electricity, for want of a better term. Good. So look, for me, like I say, it's looking good. I think it, personally, this is just my own sort of thing. Look, your Kikentanichi is not great on this strike. Yeah. Yeah, see how your foot's landing well before the Shinai. So this isn't great. This isn't great. This isn't you know, your Shinai should be landing a split second before your foot, not the other way around. All right, so although that hit, actually it's not really great Kikentanichi. So that's worth bearing in mind. But look, here's the thing for me. Like I say, looking at this, for me, it's still good enough for fourth dan. So I do want to encourage you to keep trying for it. I think I think you're there personally. Okay, so this isn't bad. This is not a bad Kaishido. Yeah, I can see you're building for this with this semi. The problem is here is it's just a little bit too late with your actual strike, and you're making a strike, and can you see how your body's turned towards him when it wants to be turned slightly away? Yeah, so your hips want to be turned the other way when you do Kaishido. You don't want to pam pam this way with them in front of you, pam pam this way, so that your hips are engaging the Shinai as well. That'll just make a nicer Kaishido. I mean, it was good though. It was good though, and you created the opportunity, so yeah. Good, nice. But we need to sort out like Kikentai no Ichi though. Like I say, start a little bit more tame on the left leg, and that'll come right. That will. Okay, so there we are at the end of that one. All right, so let's look at your second round to see if there's more in the second one that is maybe what pulled you back a bit. So here you are on the second one. You're on the left this time. Let's have a look. This one. Good. try and keep your toes down a little bit. I appreciate that you are pushing out with the right foot, but your toes sort of going like this a little bit is not great. Good strategy. I think that was your man. Yeah, good. Well, maybe neither hit, but I think yours is better, as you're the one that was proactive on that, so good. But again, I just want to kill this Ayumi Ashi. I don't like it after your main strikes. Okay. So you can see here now, right, is what's happening is you're getting that semi again, but you're not actually ready at the time when you need to be. So again, it is that lack of tame, right? That lack of tame that's making it so that they're able to just get to you first. Yeah, so you just need that little bit more concentration and that power built up in your left leg, so that when you're in there, bam, you can go as soon as it's time. Yeah. So we can already see this second match is a weaker one than the first one. What we want is to like the first one, and that's probably where you're falling down a bit here. Yeah. Because there definitely is that sort of that lack of tame. I guess it's a bit harsh on Yondan to ask for too much, but it is really evident in this second cake also. Okay, so here as well. Because the problem is, right, is what you don't want to do. You don't want to lift the shinai back like this. And your feet are almost still here. You're just lifting the right leg up. So again, it's showing that you don't have that power built up, that tame in the left leg. Because you're lifting the shinai so high, you're getting popped on the kote. Alright, so it doesn't come off great, you know what I mean? It's a little bit responsive. You don't want to break your kamae if you can help it. Like this too. Same here. Yeah. Oh, what happened there? You know, you need to kind of cut that out a little bit. Okay. But I really like the way that you are starting to apply semi using your footwork. But I'd like to see it a bit more from your shinai, and you do need that little bit more of preparedness in your legs, ready to strike at the moment. You definitely need to strike, okay? That's definitely what's missing. Look, for me, I don't regret my decision to pass you. I think I would still pass you again if I saw these two matches again, but this is the point of having a grading panel of several people. You know, they're looking at this because the stuff now, you know, I'm looking at that probably wasn't as obvious to me at the time. So that's why we have a group of panelists, the 6 of us, grading you, so that, you know, we'll all notice these different things. So I think it was a really close one for you. I definitely want to encourage you to keep trying for it. I do think you're just a hair's breadth away from getting through the 4th Dan exam, so well done. Okay, so here we are with the next video we're going to look at today. It's a somewhat lower quality video, and it's shot vertically on a phone. It's only a short video, so we'll get through this one. I believe this is a shinsa for 2nd Q. Okay, so quite a different one from the previous one, but let's have a look. You're on the right hand side, so this participant here. Okay, good. So Reiho is good. What I'd like to see a little bit better going forward. It's not a problem for Nikyu, but your weight's a little bit too far forward on your Sonkyo. So, you know, you want to get your head over your hips when you do Sonkyo so you can keep your balance and it looks nice and elegant. Nice kamae, looks good. Okay, so this is a bit awkward. Strike's alright, good for Mikomi, nice, but weird Zanshin going on there, alright? So it's like you kind of bumped into them and didn't know whether to turn and keep them in your sights or go off into the distance. This is a bit of a controversial one. I don't like it when people run off into the distance with the back to the opponent, but I get it that at lower Q grades this is kind of normal, so it's totally forgivable. But what you did there was a little bit in between, so do one or the other. Okay, I'd like to see longer Ki. Yeah. Good. Good. Turn around sooner, though. If you're going to go past, turn around a bit sooner. You're going a little bit too far. You end up miles away. Okay, so here, right, here, good use of this Nukiwaza, all right? Good strike. Perfect strike, actually. But what you needed to do after this was go backwards like a Hikiwaza rather than just awkwardly running forward. There's no reason to run forward like this, none whatsoever, all right? This isn't Zanshin. Because you're not even looking at the guy. All right, you'd have been better pam pam and then going backwards like you would for Hikiwaza. Keep him in front of you. Good Kamae though. Nice. So look, for second Q, this is obviously an easy pass. There's no problem at all. I'm sure you pass this exam. You'll get through IQ as well. I'd like to clean up that Zanshin though before you challenge Shodan. You're using a nice variety of techniques, which is a great sign. Really happy with that. But like I say, this sort of abandonment of the opponent after striking is something I'd like to see improved. Sort of for Shodan. All right, you'll get through IQ, no problem at all. All right, do that exact same thing at IQ, you're fine, you're through. All right, as long as you know the kata. But for Shodan, what I'd really like to see is just that little bit more attention to the Zanshin. Just don't abandon the opponent after striking. Don't run off with your back to them too far. Stuff like that. Or if you're going to use Waza like that Nuki Waza, which is fine, but after striking, it's really awkward to just run forward, and there's no good reason for it. Okay, so that's it. That brings us to the end of the video today. 2 great exam videos, obviously very different levels, but really interesting ones to look at. Thank you to everyone that sent the videos to us. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and shop at KendoStar.com. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.